Cancer, Scorpio. We're going to see what's coming in for the water signs for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So as always, just feel free to take in a deep breath and connect with that inner source of yours to see what parts of this reading may be for you. I did share too with earth signs the little practice that you can do, especially tarot readers. Like say before that you're doing a tarot reading, before you hold a session, in the morning when you wake up. And you know how like people do, like say the pentagrams, right? And you draw them in all four corners. You can draw the Ankh. You could do it over your energetic field, over your space. You could do it in your home. I am that I am, Ankh, Ankh, Ankh. I am that I am, Ankh, Ankh, Ankh. And you do that 3 or 4 times. Hello, Antonio. How are you? We're going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. All right, you could have this anywhere in your birth chart, remembering that the reading is still general and timeless for all the water signs. Feel free to put it in the comments below where you have Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. All right, but let's see what is coming in for the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And if you would like a $10 mini reading, it's going to be a 1-question reading with 3 cards at the end of this collective reading. Feel free to Cash App. If anyone could write it in the comments below, goddessenergy444. It's also in the title of this live. All right. So today we're getting in, we got earth signs, we got water signs. We might have time for fire signs. We might. About halfway through, I may also put my phone onto the charger, so if the audio adjusts a little bit. Yes, Pisces, whoop, whoop, it is time. I've been changing a lot. Nice. Yeah, after not smoking, quit smoking after 20 plus years. Yeah, when I started young, when I also don't, like I'm a completely sober Pisces, not even the mushies. I don't even do the mushies. All grounding entheogens, you know, for those of you on like the plant medicine path, entheogens, all grounding ones. I don't need any of it. Us Pisces are walking mushrooms. We're walking portals. Yes, yes, I love it. You know, it does feel like too, it's more collective energy where I'm seeing a lot of activations with the body, where there's a lot of like like we hold on to memory, right? And maybe this means something for someone watching. We hold on to memory in our soul, right? And those things rather, like the things that we fear that we don't even know why we do, right? Or the things that we attract where we have a soul wound. Our body holds on to memory of trauma, right? Our cells, our DNA hold on to memory. And what I see is like in the collective, there's almost like a lymphatic cleanse for the entire collective of just what no longer serves us. Again, remembering it's the year of 9, right? That law of octave, where we are about to step into a brand new cycle for good on a soul level. And so what is that going to take for the last few months of the year of 2025? A lot of purging, a lot of alignment. Amanitas, ooh, that is beautiful. Yeah, Pisces are portals. Chills as I say that. Yeah, it's a whole new life. It's like a reset. All right. So we are going to be getting in a reading for water signs. Feel free to put it in the comments below where you have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I am a Pisces and 12th house stellium. So I have a lot of Pisces over here. Feel free to put it in the comments below. At the end of this collective reading, we're going to be doing mini readings for $10. Feel free to Cash App goddessenergy444. All right. All right, Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God, for Pisces, Cancer, yes, Sammy, Scorpio. What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? What do we have for Pisces? Ooh, high vibration. Yes. You are a portal. Does it say portal? No, not this one. Mountain god or goddess. Some of you may live in the mountains, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But like in the clouds, that's also like an energy of Pisces, but also just water signs in general. High vibration, mindfulness, and power of the mind. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you are powerful. All right. As soon as I say that, my battery goes to 15%. Now I am going to charge my phone soon, just in case you hear the audio shift a little bit. It said power though. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you are powerful. A high vibration, mindfulness, power of the mind, all right? I'm seeing the Magician card with this, where Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you are stepping into this energy. In my head, I can feel like on my crown. You are stepping into this energy of just calling things in with the mind, right? Power of the mind. You are the co-creator over here. Now, what do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio for high vibration, mindfulness? Ooh, Kalima and Anana. Okay. Strong energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Kalima or Anana can resonate with you. We have spiritual transformation and believe in yourself. What I'm also hearing, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, is right now is a time to believe in yourself, even when no one else does or will. When nobody else is supporting you, when there's no outward validation, you got Kalima, okay? The Kalima within you. Kalima, spiritual transformation. Anana, believe in yourself. All right? But truly, high vibration, mindfulness, power of the mind. You know, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you are in the energy of co-creator. You are in the Magician card energy. You are a magician. All right? Sagittarius. Yeah, feel free to put in the comments below where you have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm reading the comments over here. You're hours away from being a Scorpio, but you're a Sagittarius. Ooh, I love it. All right. We have joy over here for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Why do we have Kalima, spiritual transformation? Anana, believe in yourself. High vibration, mindfulness, and power. Victory is here. Kick defeat out the door. God's doing a new thing, yeah. Get ready for overflow. Victory. All right, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Victory from the fate is like the size of a mustard seed. Listen, Linda, listen. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What you need to hear today, water signs. And that's the thing about water signs, right? Am I tweaking? I am not tweaking. I am on the Holy Spirit. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're going to get a victory. And that's the energy of water signs. When it comes to water signs, they don't need proof. We don't need proof. We don't need now you do need logic. You do need balance, right? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But that's the thing about the water signs. They don't need the proof. They don't need the logic. And it still gets done. Victory over here. All right? You're getting a victory, but when I'm telling, like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're not going to see it outside of you. Your reality is not going to match what's actually coming in for you. It's going to be through some sort of will, faith, and the belief in yourself, all right? And again, that's that gift of Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio that the other signs just don't understand sometimes, where it's like, what I'm also hearing is we don't see the same thing. We do not see the same thing. I love how fast the negative comments disappear. I need that kind of filtering in real life. Yeah, you could see it sometimes. Nope. Thank you to all the moderators that are here as well. And I'm moderating it too. Hi, Queen or King. Can't see your name. A note to self. Believe in yourself. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're about to manifest a miracle. And it doesn't match your outer reality. You're getting a victory. I have chills as I say that. High vibration, mindfulness, power of the mind. All right. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you are in the Magician card energy of the tarot. What's also coming through here is, yeah, you're about to shock them. And I'm hearing, there's like this quote from Doja Cat. You're shocked? You're shocked? Why are you shocked? I actually don't really I don't even know what the new music is. I stopped listening to the radio years ago. So most of my playlists are like early 2000s, 90s, things like that. No, goddess energy is your feminine energy. So you could be God or goddess, but that's also like the creative energy. So that's your manifesting energy. What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio on victory? Eliminate negative energy. Yeah, eliminating negative energy may be what brings this in. All right, and maybe that's also why I was sharing like some of the techniques that I use and do. We have lead. Yes, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I love it. You're alchemizing all of this. And there's some negative energy present. You're alchemizing all of it to a victory over here, knowing how energy works. Masculine and feminine. Yeah, we all have both, masculine and feminine. I'm happy that you feel magical too. Let's see, I'm checking also just to make sure I'm not missing anyone's Cash App. Let's see if anyone would like, oh, there you go. The second I checked it. All right. Now you also have a card that just fell out, past life. All right. So Selena, I'm going to write down your name over here just to make sure I have everyone in order. Celine Malone for a mini reading. We're going to be doing the mini readings after we're done with the collective Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You magical Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio that don't need any proof. Now again, but there's still like a logic that we do need, right? We do need the grounding, right? Realist, like that's the Virgo energy. So I would recommend, and I know I'm talking about Pisces. I have a lot of Pisces in my chart and I read for Pisces. You know, it's important to balance. And I think whatever sign you are, like for example, because I have a lot of Pisces in my chart, I took years to master the Virgo. Or I'm like, if we are strong in one sense, it means that we're weak in another sense. And at least that's just like me. My Virgo's in the 12th house. So Virgo in 12th house is like self-improvement, you know, where you go within before you go without. And so it's like, if we're strong in one sense, that has to mean that we're weak in another, you know? So it's just important to balance. But Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you still manifest it every single time. You got a victory over here. Oh, that's so cool. You're a Chumash medicine man. All right, who else is here? Six Marie Marte, yes. Hi, Six Marie. You were here the other day too. I know that we had to get off. I actually got a knock on the door, like right as we were getting off. So Six Marie Marte, I have you as number 2 over here. Let us get what this past life is. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. For water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What is this past life? Now some of you, we have farm. It could also just be natural living. We have authority figures. Yes, Six Marie, I remember you. How can I get your contact to gift you an eagle feather? Oh, you know what's so funny? I saw an eagle this morning. Feel free to email me. You can email me at letsgohome7777, so it's 4 7s, at gmail.com. Hi, Jazzy from Montana. All right. Now, some of you are going through maybe some like legal stuff from a past life. It's from a past life over here. It could be spiritual court. It doesn't have to be like physical court. Why past life here for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Oh, Jesus. In a past life, we have galactic here too. Now you have galactic origins from a past life. We have food and hunger, authority figures here. Ah, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What's coming through is there is a spiritual path you took in a past life, and in this lifetime it's higher. Confirmation as I say that. Now, I will say just channeling wise, like I channel mystery school stuff, and I've done this since a child. I remember being 7 years old at the dinner table, and I had read a book about like demigods, and I remember being 7 years old, like quiet, and in my mind, I was like, my family doesn't even know I'm a demigod. Again, I was only 7. I was like, I'm a demigod. And my family doesn't even know. You know, so for me, the mystery school stuff was just a soul remembrance, you know, and life is our mystery school. Life is constantly initiating us. You know, when we can see life through the lens of like the initiate, right? We never lose. We never lose because we alchemize everything. Every heart opening, every heartbreak, every trial and tribulation is an initiation that can truly initiate us into a higher consciousness, into a higher life experience, right? And that's what I'm seeing here, where there is some sort of a spiritual path you took in a past life. You do not have to do the same initiations that you did in the past life. In a past life, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you were a part of a spiritual path or lineage, and you did really hard initiations, right? I mean, like starving yourself, this and that, and you don't have to do that in this lifetime. I'm just going to channel this the way it's coming through, because I do channel the mystery school energy, and what's coming through is, you know, like say for example, even our foods, Back then, so 1,000 years ago, there were not processed foods. 1,000 years ago, the cost of living was not $3,000. Times have changed. And what Spirit is saying is, like you are a modern high priest or priestess. You are a modern medicine man or woman. But you do not have to take, you are a higher vibration. High vibration, mindfulness, power of the mind. What I'm seeing you, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, is you are calling back the remembrance. I'm seeing like your soul fragments coming back to you, where there's certain initiations you do not have to do in this lifetime. And that's just what I'm seeing. Like say for example of it's like, oh, I'm gonna avoid all of this food, I'm gonna starve myself for God, right, to become closer to God. You should not do that in these days, or I don't know, things like that, right? Like there used to be really tough and hard initiations. You don't have to do that. You've already done that, is what Spirit is saying. You may still be taking a similar spiritual path or studying one, but it's from a higher vibration. It's not going to be the same way that you took it, because what I'm also hearing is you actually still have the wisdom of your initiations. And so call back the wisdom. I call back my multidimensional wisdom. I call back my soul gifts from every lifetime, etc. And that's what I'm seeing here. You have a victory, okay? You magical water sign over here. What else do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio for victory? High vibration, power of the mind. Anana twice. Anana Ishtar may resonate with you. We do have Kura Kula over here. The color red. In Kura Kula, the mantra, Om, Hrim, Kura Kule, Hri Svaha. Om, Krim, Kura Kule, Hri Svaha. There's a few different ones for Kura Kula, so feel free to go Google it, because I'm just doing it from my mind's eye right now. We have Kura Kula. She does show up in all red, but her mantra represents the ability to conjugate, to repel negativity while also attracting what is for us on a soul level. Okay, we have Anana Ishtar. And you have Anana twice here. So Anana, or the story of Ishtar, Anana may resonate with you. And Anana went down the 7 gates and she rose up the 7 gates, which we understand that it represents like the 7 chakras, the 7 sins, the 7 this and that, right? And we have routines here. So pay attention to your routines, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What I'm also hearing is magic in your daily life, where you don't need a full-on 3-hour ritual and this and that. It's like getting the magic in when you're cooking, right? And so when you're cooking, speaking life upon your food, speaking life in your shower, where every moment can be magical. And at least like that's how I know a lot of us water signs live our lives. I'm a Pisces. When I'm in the shower, every single time I turn on the water, I give thanks to the spirit of water. And so I try to like be very intentional and conscious in everything that I do and touch. When you take a shower, don't take a regular shower. Every single shower is a spiritual bath. I'm going to plug in my charger now too, so the audio may adjust a little bit. But when you shower, saying the prayers, I cleanse away any and all energy that does not belong to me. I give thanks to the Holy Spirit of water. I am reborn, this or that. When you're cooking, getting in the magic there. And so everything can be magical. Everything can truly be a ritual. And with the Pisces North Node and Saturn in Pisces, it's asking everyone to get in those routines, right? Pay attention to your daily routines, whether they be practical or spiritual, and that we really do need both, All right, so let's get in the tarot. For Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you have a victory coming in. What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? For high vibration, power of the mind, Kalima, spiritual transformation, Anana, believe in yourself, and victory. Why do we have victory for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Ooh, you do have the Lover's card over here. Let's see what this is. For Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, why do we have power of the mind? Why do we have power of the mind? Why do we have power of the mind? Ooh, you are attracting a soul mate over here. After getting your heart broken, and it's interesting, your heart wasn't broken by a lover. Your heart was broken by someone that you were in teamwork with. Your heart was broken with like a co-worker, a collaborator, a friend. And they broke your heart. 333 here. Why 3 of coins with the 3 of swords here for victory and power of the mind? Why 3 of swords and the 3 of pentacles for victory and power of the mind? It was too much. What I'm also hearing is suppressing your creativity, where this person could have suppressed your creativity. You still have sister on the moon, queen. You are truly blessed and loved by the kingdom family. Oh, thank you. 144,000. We are activated. Yes. Lion. I'm hearing Lion of Judah has roared. And I forgot that I'm actually wearing the lion cheetah stuff. Yes. Thank you, 6 Marie. Yeah, if anyone would like afterwards, after we do this water signs reading, we're going to be doing mini readings for $10. You can cash out goddessenergy444. And I already have you, Selena, and 6 Marie over here. Now, there's someone here that suppressed your creativity, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and they broke your heart. You were working with someone, and you were devoted and dedicated. This person broke your heart. It was something about your creativity. Why the Knight of Wands here for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Ooh. And, sorry. You know, like when I read the cards, my face doesn't, you know, like really hide too much from my whole. This person cost you money. What I'm hearing is, don't be funny with my money, honey. You know that song? Don't be funny with my money, honey. Pure honey. Okay, the song Pure Honey may resonate with you. 144 as I say that. Don't be funny with my money, honey. Someone was a betrayal in teamwork, a co-worker, and it cost you money. Why Ace of Pentacles in reverse? For Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, why Ace of Pentacles in reverse? You're getting a reward for your hard work. Your dreams are coming true, actually. 333 as I say that. All right, so you could be seeing the number 333. Yeah, you had something very karmic with work and career and a betrayal when it came to your money. I'm just hearing, don't be funny with my money, honey. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the 7 of Cups, and the 3 of Wands. What this is alchemizing to is you're receiving a bunch of help. All right, for some of you, your dreams are actually coming true. Why 7 of Cups with the 3 of Wands here? Your dreams are coming true. Victory. You're so protected. 7 of Wands here. Now, there is something about shared values over here. It's truth. Okay, shared values. Someone didn't quite like what you were doing, your creativity in the workplace. The betrayal cost you money. All right, that's what I'm seeing here. However, it is alchemizing to something bigger and better. You have the 6 of Wands, success and victory. You have the 4 of Wands over here. You're about to have a huge victory. For some of you, all of this is just alchemizing to your soul destiny and your dream life, actually. You're about to, victory twice, okay? You have victory over here. All right, why 6 of Cups? Actually, what is this Knight of Wands? Why the Knight of Wands for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? The truth. Now, this could have been a betrayal from someone with a lot of Taurus. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius came into your life and they cost you. Why this King of Swords and the Knight of Wands here for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? They cost you. 4 of Coins. This person was a liability. Okay, we have King of Swords. We have the 4 of Coins over here. All right, this person cost you. There was a betrayal when it came to your money and work, like teamwork over here. Now, teamwork here did not make the dream work. However, your dreams are coming true anyway. For Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, why do we have the 4 of Swords and the 6 of Cups? Oof. There was a past lesson you had to learn. Yeah, past getting influenced here. Why 6 of Cups and the 4 of Swords for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Why Six of Cups and the Four of Swords? And then why this Nine of Cups? Yeah, routine. What Spirit is saying is this really taught you, though, to crossing your T's and dotting your I's is what I'm seeing. We have Three of Wands here, confirmation. Your name also might be Etta. I saw the name like Etta. You're someone who's loyal. You're very loyal. You're responsible. You know, it's interesting. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You're someone who you work very hard. You're very loyal. You're very responsible. You are with someone who did not pay attention to detail. You know, they are someone who, and that was a lesson for you to learn here. We have routines twice. All right, and it feels like bad business. You know, like you learned a lesson from some sort of bad business. The way that this person operates is not how you would operate, but it ended up costing you. And I see you finishing what you started over here, but without them. Okay, this was a karmic connection. For some of you, this could have been a past life friendship or even like work partnership. But you end up on your own. Okay, I do see that you break away from this. Nine of Cups, you're on your own, and your wishes and dreams are coming true on your own. All right? Why Knight of Pentacles here for the Six of Cups and the Four of Swords for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? You're standing your ground. All right? Now, in this situation, again, how do I best describe this? Now, this could be your workplace. All right? It could be your workplace. It could have been some sort of collaborative project. Either way, there's some sort of teamwork. It's like employees, teamwork, or friends. This person's actions cost you. But when I say cost you, it cost you. You have a particular way of like doing things, right? And that's the Virgo energy. Pisces, like I was saying, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, we need that earth energy to balance it out, right? What I'm seeing is routines. In this collaboration, mere collaboration effort, something came out of routine, and I'm just seeing like it messed everything up. All right, like order is what I'm hearing. Order is for protection. Order is always not control. It's like the Emperor card. It's like the energy of like Saturn, where Saturn's just trying to help you. And then when you go against Saturn, it's like, look what happens, right? That's what I'm seeing here. Where like someone came out of that order. The order is protection. Saturn is not a controlling devil card that wants to come in and control you. Saturn is trying to help you. Saturn's trying to protect you. And I will say though, even as a water sign person myself, water signs don't really like Saturn. However, the Saturn energy that you have, and my crown is tingling as I say that, it's for protection. Okay, and that's what I'm seeing here, where something didn't go as planned over there. Now you end up finishing what you start, and it may have to be alone. You may shift to just doing something independently, but I do see that things work out for you. Now, why the Lover's card here? You have a new soulmate on the way. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. You have a new soulmate, the Star card, okay? Could be an Aquarius energy, could even be a Gemini, it doesn't have to be. You have someone that's coming in that's gonna reciprocate with you, all right? Page of Swords, someone is curious about you over here. Why the Star card? Why the Star card over here? Now we do have Four of Cups, we do have the Hangman. Why Four of Cups and the Hangman for the Star card for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? You know, what it does feel like too is like there's this energy of being taken for granted that it feels like you're healing from. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius over here. I see like a lot of regret as well. You've learned a lot of lessons of self-sacrifice. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you do not have to sacrifice yourself for anyone. That's what the collective energy is saying. You know, I will say with the Saturn and Pisces making another round until like January-ish, it's releasing permanently from the whole entire collective, not just Piscean energy, martyrdom. You do not have to sacrifice yourself or martyr yourself to prove that you're a loving person. We have the Hangman, Four of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. You know, you learned a lot of lessons with partnerships in the past and with friendships of like, I'm not willing to sacrifice myself. I'm not willing to martyr myself. Why the Hangman here for Pisces? Cancer, Scorpio. Why the Hangman here for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Yeah, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You're being called to, we hear also the word like vetting. Is that a word, like vetting? Vetting, vouching for someone. Be real about who you want to work with. And I'm seeing that this has to do with work, career, and friendship. So like friendship as far as collaboration. There has to be shared values, but by that, you know, like there has to be also a shared vision. There has to be of like, well, this is why we do what we do. I'm seeing Seven of Cups and then the Two of Pentacles here. There has to be a balance. You know, I don't know, I'm seeing like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're meant for big and beautiful things. Victory is here. Okay, you have victory here. Why the victory card? Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you are in victorious energy. But it's also like being real of, I'm sorry Pisces, I have a lot of Pisces. I have like 5 Pisces placements. I have a lot of 12th house. But with water signs, it's also like being realistic, right? Where it's like, I love you so much and let's work together and let's do a business, right? Where it's like, it's a great idea. Can we ground that? Can we create a routine and a plan for that, right? Where it's like, how do our dreams, look at that, 7 of Cups with the 2 of Pentacles, where it's like, yeah, right, we're big dreamers, but we get things done around here. You were kind of with people in the past that were just dreamers, but they didn't match your energy, or they didn't match your creative energy. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're meant for beautiful and great things. But what Spirit is saying is to have discernment of the people that you work with, because, yeah, water sign, dreamy energy, but we're not dreaming here. We're making things happen. We're anchoring them into the earth star chakra. We're manifesting it from the earth up. You know, and that's what I'm seeing here, where you're a dreamer, but you're also a doer. Okay, so just be very mindful of like the people on the path that maybe they do have very well good intentions. It could cost you, right? Of like being too nice can cost you. Why 7 of Cups with the 2 of Pentacles here for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Yeah, you keep going, but Death card. You know, being aware of like where you can, with the Death card, or you can avoid those things, right? We have the 9 of Wands here, you're still going. So resiliency with the 9 of Wands. Why 9 of Wands? You are who you are. And I'm hearing like you are who you say you are. Hierophant. So this is Taurus energy. It's like high priest, high priestess energy over here. It's also, it says traditions and values. You have something, I wanted to say you have something important to share. You're a good leader, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, is also what's coming through. But Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, interesting. You may have some like earth energy too, or you may even have a Saturn signature, because you're not just a dreamer, you're a doer. And how do we, look at that, victory, recognition, success. How do we manifest our dreams? Routines, aligned actions, right? And Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, water signs. Like you're truly meant for victory. You're truly meant for really big things. But you also deserve people who are not just going to siphon from you. Who are like, you have yourself a lot of creative energy, a lot of goals, and you have the dedication too. But you come across people, and I'm like hearing good intentions. Where it's like, yeah, let's create heaven on earth. Let's build a business. Let's do this and that. And it's just like, yeah, but there has to be a plan. You know? You've learned enough lessons where people cost you, and you are someone who gets things done. And I do see that in the future here, you're surrounded by someone who gets things done over here. Okay? Now, why the Wheel of Fortune here? Why the Wheel of Fortune for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Why the Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, Spirit is saying is like to be very mindful of who you work with. Why 4 of Coins and the 2 of Cups? Be very mindful. You're someone who gets things done. You're not just dreaming. But what Spirit is saying is Again, when it comes to your, like, you're meant for good fortune, but there's something about you come across people that take it from you. Or you come across people who siphon and drain you. But it's interesting, this reading, water signs, it's not necessarily bad intentions. This reading is more showing of like, hey, have the boundaries and discernment, and I'm actually hearing respect. Like respect for yourself, where you've come across the situation a lot, and when you come across the situation of karmic friendships or karmic partnerships, it delays your blessings. All right? And that's what Spirit is saying over here. Now, how does Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, how does Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio align with this victory? How does Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio align with this victory? I want to see what card this was. You do have the Eight of Cups. You're going to have to walk away from certain people. It says partnership here. All right? So for some of you, it's either doing things independently, maybe for some time until things feel aligned, or just, soul alignment. What Spirit is saying is what I said over here. You have the Seven of Wands, standing your ground, having those loving boundaries. Where Spirit is actually saying, water signs, to, have some of that fire, earth energy. Know who you are. Like, know who you are, and not from a place of ego, but you actually can help a lot of people. You have very good ideas, and you're really good at what you do. We have Kali Ma, believe in yourself, victory, and power of the mind, high vibration. Now you have good news, reputation, childlike, fun to play with, active, optimistic, full of energy, bright ideas. So you have this energy, Page of Wands, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Someone comes in and you have to walk away. But what Spirit is saying is like to be, like if this has happened multiple times, just trying to see where the blind spots are. All right, now what is the final advice for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? We're going to get in those $10 readings. If you'd like a $10 one question reading, feel free to send Cash App $10 to goddessenergy444. We have Selena and 6 Marie coming up next. All right, now what is the final advice for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? What is the final advice? You have the Tower card over here. Why the Moon card for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Ooh, victory is here. Kick defeat out the door. Now, you have a sudden victory here, okay? But I will say it's after like learning those lessons, and part of it is a little bit of accountability of like, let me see those signs of when someone is not ready to work with me, of when this is just not an aligned partnership. Again, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you may be a water sign, but you do not just dream. You are someone where we're going to get things done, or what are we doing? Just dreaming over here, and you can even feel it too in my energy and my voice, where it's like, oh no, we're not just dreaming, we're anchoring dreams, but we're not just sitting around and dreaming. But you come up, especially as a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, whether that be water signs or whatever it is, you come across people who are in the dreamy energy, but understand that those people are taking your energy. Those people are siphoning from you. Those people are the Ten of Swords, where, if they cannot match your energy, not that they have to match your energy. What I'm just seeing here is bad business. Being mindful about bad business, finding what's aligned with you. But yeah, you're not just a dreamer, you get things done. And that energy may not be for everyone, and that's okay. I see that you're either going to work alone, or you're going to work with those who are soul aligned and that you share values. Tower card, you have a victory coming out of nowhere, okay? Victory all over this reading, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But this victory actually comes in as you learn the lesson of, well, if I've been betrayed in the same type of situation, for some of you it may have to do with wealth, with money, and I'm seeing more teamwork, employees, career, and that kind of thing. You have victory over here, all right? So that's a beautiful energy, and it's going to hit you like a tower, all right? But it does come after the healing over there. So that's what I have for you. I hope that it resonates in a positive way. All right, we have the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel's turning for you. I'm going to grab some cards of advice. What are some cards of advice? Let's see, I'm just checking to see. There we go. What are some cards of advice for the water signs, for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Meditate, door to personal healing and happiness over here. Okay, you do have envy on the bottom of the deck. What else do we have for advice for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Angel of Strength. Yeah, I see you being strong. You do have multiple opportunities coming in. Multiple doors are opening for you. For rest and rejuvenation, door to personal healing and happiness. Yeah, some of you may be called to just be in your own energy for some time. But just to be very mindful of who you share and connect your energy with. We have rest and rejuvenation, door to personal healing and happiness. Okay, now for some of you, some sort of rest or even meditation or meditative practices may really be healing for you as well, and can even help you get through this time or heal through this situation. All right, I'm going to grab a few more cards. What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Yes, as a card, no, you've paid your dues. Yes, victory is here for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I hope so. I've been single for 6 years. Me too. The chosen ones, we end up being single for a long time. I'm going on 7 years single. All right, but it's also a blessing when you're single for that long. I believe that too. Like, I believe chosen ones have some time of being alone, of accomplishing certain things in your mission. You know, especially when it's like being single, right? Of like a romantic partnership. I believe it's usually like having to clear out certain things to align with that person, right? It's also probably protection too. I'm going to go through the comments here. Feel free to also, this is the time for a Soul Tribe group chat. Feel free to just put in any questions you may have of spirituality. Feel free to open any conversations. And we're going to be getting into $10 readings. Feel free to send to goddessenergy444. Years, it's overdue. 20 years single. We have expanding consciousness, and then Guan Yin, kindness and nurturing. Yeah, you know, it feels like too with this situation, it opened your heart over here. Again, like life is the mystery school. Everything initiates you and teaches you. Wise decision. It's a wise decision to see this as an initiation or a heart opening. You know, where it probably was a lot of forgiveness of like, they know not what they do, but also having the boundaries, right? Kindness and nurturing, Guan Yin can resonate with you. We do have that you're expanding your consciousness at this time, okay? This lesson definitely taught you in some way, shape, or form, okay? And I'm also getting a message, your name may be Lisa. Okay, we have wise decision over here. It is a wise decision to just allow the heart to open with this one. Especially if it like has to do with money. It's like, of course materials don't matter, but also it could have been prevented and avoided, you know, and so it's kind of one where it's like, you know what, I'll take the shorter end of the stick, but just on your end, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, it's looking at where you could have gone wrong, right? Because I do see it was kind of innocent. What it feels like, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, is you did some sort of partner work with someone that was like dreamy and this and that, and everything's going to be great, and we're going to do this, but like where's the foundation, right? There has to be an earth energy in any foundation. You know, if we're in the earthly realms, we have to earth it. And that's what I'm seeing here, where it's like being honest with self, seeing where you could have gone wrong, having forgiveness here. Because again, materials don't matter, but what I do see is this could have easily been prevented. Like, it didn't have to happen. There's a difference between karma and karmic fate. This was not karmic fate. This was someone that you were working with that absolutely dropped the ball. And it didn't have to happen. You know, and that's what I'm seeing. Let's get a few more cards. What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio for advice? Revelation, teaching, and discovery. It was a teaching moment for you. It was a teaching moment for them. What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio for advice? It opened your heart and it was teaching. The authority of spirit over here. Yeah, where it's interesting here. This person that you were dealing with, water signs, you were kind of almost like a mother to them, or a father. Where it could have even felt like that, where it's just like, the heck, you know? We have the Mother Awakens. Compassion, nurturing, guidance, and teaching here. It was like, oh, they know not what they do. You know, it's like when like a kid, like say like your child, it's like I'll think of this, or like I filled up my coffee cup and then like he spills it in the next few seconds. And that was like the last bit of coffee I had. I'm just like, come on now. But what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? And that's what I'm seeing here, where the person, like, they weren't a bad person. They were not grounded. They were not someone for you to partner with. You guys are very different. You operate very differently. And you are someone that you're meant for big victory and success. And this person is just, I almost want to say not like very grounded, you know, but maybe lacking the skills. And they're not lacking the skills in a bad way. It feels like this has a lot to do with work, employment, and money. Say like they lack financial, I'm hearing the exact words, financial literacy. Did I not just, as soon as I get a message too, so like, sorry. Financial literacy, things like that. Where, like, again, you lost money because of working with this person. And again, material items don't matter, so it's okay, but it's also not okay. And that's what's coming through here, water signs, if that makes sense. You know, like, it's okay on a spiritual level. It also really could have been prevented, and it's not okay. And you're learning from this, allowing the heart to open, because what else are you going to do? You know? And that's what I'm seeing here. Very interesting reading. And it's interesting, water signs, you're showing up as like not too much of a water sign. You're showing up as like fire, earth, like let's get things done. We are water signs, but we are not just dreaming. You have crystalline body over here. Your devotion is recognized. What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Your devotion's recognized, period. All right? Now I will say, like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're really in maybe what you call your God body or your crystalline body, going through a lot of crystalline activations. What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? Meditate. It's all over this reading to meditate. Okay, that Pisces North Node is asking us to get in those spiritual routines. And so if you could meditate, take some moments of prayer, ritual, whatever resonates with you, that could also really benefit you. But Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're being guided not to stop. You're meant for big victory and success. However, know who you are and know your worth. Because I see you being too nice to people, and you're losing out a lot by being too nice to people. And again, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you might be a dreamer, but in this reading, you get things done. We are not just dreaming, and you also need to be surrounded by people in the same energy. And that's what I'm seeing over here. You are more than your name. You are more than your body. This is temporary. This is temporary. Our lifetime is but a split second in comparison to all of our lifetimes. You know, we're like, we live our whole lives, but it's truly on a soul level, it's the blink of an eye. You know, this too shall pass. We're going to start the $10 readings now for Selena and Six Marie. If anyone would like a $10 one question reading, feel free to send to Cash App goddessenergy444. It is in the title of the live. My intuition told me not to do business, and it truly cost me, yeah. But it is water underneath the bridge, because they know not what they do or how protected, yeah. Yeah, part of this is like knowing your worth, like in this situation. You know, where it's like, no, like you know that you're a boss. And for, like the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio that I'm reading for, you have some boss energy in this reading. You are meant for big things. And, you know, it's just having discernment of like who's a good friend, who is soul tribe, and who you truly can work with. Because we have lead. You are a leader. When in a position of leadership, make logical and courageous decisions. You may experience sorrow or frustration and feel overwhelmed, but you have to do what you must. Do what it takes. Results matter, even in the face of disapproval. And I know that in this reading, I'm even having that energy. I get really into the readings whenever I read just any reading. You're a leader, water signs, and you might be water, but you are fire, you are earth, and you're a leader. Results do matter in some sense. You know, and it's the kind of thing where you may have partnered with someone in business that wasn't as savvy in business, and it cost you. You know, and again, material things don't matter, results matter when that was not karmic fate. You know where I'm going with that? And that's what I have for you. You're meant for victory and success, and you are a boss. And so just know that. Know your worth. Know your price, know your worth. It's peaceful being single. I'm more focused on developing. Yeah. You know, I think so like someone said that they were single for 6 years. I'm going on 7 years single, actually. When you're single, especially as a chosen one, when you're single for so long, it really allows you to know thyself, right? I feel like it allows you to clear out certain things that, you know, maybe you wouldn't have seen if you're in a partnership. You know, like when you're in a partnership, there is that energy of like puppy love, and you focus on them a lot, etc. I think it allows you to really anchor your soul mission and purpose. And what's also coming through is, you know, twin flames. Yeah, Mary Magdalene and Jesus, they were not walking hand in hand at all. 333 as I'm saying that. Freaking Mary Magdalene was waiting at the cave for days. And then the second Jesus gets out, he says, "Don't touch me." That is a real connection, though, where the mission comes before the union. The true union is not the twin flame union. The true union is not the romantic partnership. What is the light and the love and the abundance? What is the mission that comes from this love together, or from those two separately? You know, Isis and Osiris were never together for, 7 years? I think it was Horus turned 6 or 7 when Isis and Horus finally like united, something like that. You know, and so we think of, or rather when we mention these ascended masters and their like mythology or love stories, it's nothing of the way our humanness sees it, you know? I'm going to look at the comments over here. Thank you. Thank you, Brent. I just wanted to say the way you don't respond to negative comments on some of your live chats. Thank you. Yeah, and for those of you who know, about 1 month or 2 months ago, it was a lot online for me. And it was a lot everywhere. For those who are on my email newsletter, it was 1 to 2 months ago. Kalima, the whole battlefield, they just kept multiplying. Online, offline, everything. You know, it's important for us to stay in our truths. You know, I know a few other people that similar has happened to. It says, please stay authentic. Yeah, you know, it's like when there's so much coming your way, what do? You know, if it's not of your highest truth, we can't feed it. You know, those entities like to feed off of you, right? Rage bait, things like that. And I feel like too, at least for me, I'm someone that I do not believe online is illusionary. This is our real life. You know, like, yes, I might be online, or you might be, like, say Brent, someone commenting, you're a real person. And so I'm not going to go on the internet and say of like, you look ugly, like, you don't, you know, this is real life. And I will say, like, just being mindful. It's like, you know, people are protected, you know, this or that. Just because you're behind a screen doesn't mean anything, you know. Like, I'm someone that I've never been a Twitter fingers kind of person. You know, if you know of that like term of Twitter fingers, you know, I take online very seriously. I think that it's an etheric, energetic field. And so if I'm to speak to anyone in the comments, that's your energetic field. This is not fake, you know. So like Brent, Sand Dancer, that's your energetic field. It's still real. If I were to give you a negative comment, that's me sending you negative energy. And that's something that I personally don't believe in. You know, so it's like the online internet, I don't understand what's going on in these days, ages, you know, new age of Aquarius. It's great that we have access to each other, and it's so easy to. It's also of like, people just say anything. And, you know, I think it's just as real as if you're saying it, you know, and most of the time people are doing it. Why? You can't see them. As soon as someone sends me an image, you know, but it's also under like 3333 as I say that, you know, if you say something to someone, I believe, you know, you could still get like karma or this or that, you know. You can't just, why would you say it online if you wouldn't say it to someone's face? I was also born in the Bronx, so that's just also
the Cardi B, the Bronx in me, where it's just like, why would you, if you wouldn't say that to someone's face, why would you, you know? It's just, this is a crazy world right now. The housing crisis is crazy. The food prices are crazy. So let's all just do the best we can to show up each day and be as kind as we can, you know, and hopefully not feel like we have to protect ourselves online or in this world, you know, like to truly just still live authentically and openly and vulnerably in a world that it's kind of hard to do that. So I try to live that way. I got with sons and dads and Jesus cards. Ooh, I love it. Sand Dancer, yes, if you'd like a personal reading, feel free to send $10 to goddessenergy444. Love is in the air. Yes, it is. All right, Selena. Selena, what is your question over here? Let's see if you put it. Begging people to practice washing their hands before touching each other. Yeah, Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Hi, Garden Love. How are you? Yes, I'm thankful that you're here. When I say that, I really do mean it. I'll share this. I shared with channel members. I didn't share this at all publicly. What was going on a month and a half ago online, what I realized for the first time was like I lost my spark, where I didn't even realize when I click play before each video, it makes me want to cry. I'm not going to cry. I promise I'm not going to cry. I truly show up like with such joy, like innocently. And I realized where I'm like, whoa, I didn't even realize that I'm like excited to like, hey guys, what's coming in today? You know, what are we all going to find today? What are we co-creating today? You know, and I would show up online, still do, you know, but a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, there was a lot going on online. Comments, just different things. And I didn't realize that innocence that I had of like clicking play, let's start the video, until that happened. And then it was just like play, you know, where that innocence was like kind of gone for a little bit, you know. And I didn't realize that though, of like just how innocent each video really was, until there was all the comments and this and that. And I was just like, whoa, you know, of like I really love, when I say thank you for being here, like I just really love us being together in these spaces, in public spaces, like say workshops. Join us in Puerto Rico in 2026. I am going to be in Puerto Rico soon. I'm not going to say when I'm going to the Caribbean, but if you start seeing me doing some readings on the Caribbean beaches, I'm there. We're going to be anchoring some energy for the retreat for next year. You know, so truly thank you for being here. And, you know, I also hold, you know, we are not perfect people, but I hold so much value and respect, you know, for everyone. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, and I will say that internet is a lot. I've seen a few other readers also saying it, where, and not just readers, I think it's everybody. There's so much on the internet. You know, I'm someone that I actually have no personal social media, like no Snapchat. I don't have an Instagram. I don't have a Facebook. You know, I'm just from the X. Yes, I'm from the Bronx. We are from the Bronx over here, which is also probably why I'm just like, I don't understand why people don't say it to their faces, why they would say things online, but I don't know. Maybe that's the Bronx in me, I don't know. Cardi B, yes. Yes, read the Bible, the book of Revelations. That's why it is the way that it is. We're going through the destruction phase of the book of Revelations. You know, and that's what's happening. Where, you know, it's not to say that we're not experiencing it or not bypassing it, but we're truly living in the book of Revelations. Selena, there we go, Selena. Selena Malone, what's next in the near future? Ooh, body butter business. Feel free to email me. I want to know about your body butter business. All right, Selena Malone, if anyone would like we got some cards coming out already, Selena. If anyone would like a 1-question, 3-card reading, feel free to send $10 to goddessenergy444. We got 3 questions over here, though. We'll tap into them. What's coming in the near future? What is coming in the near future for Selena Malone? Now, you might be in your mind or in some fear and anxiety about how something's going to work. This could be your business. We have teamwork over here. Selena Malone, things are going to work out for you in work and business. You might meet someone who even has like business advice for you. I'm hearing like LLC, like legal advice, things like that. You have a lot of creativity with the Knight of Wands here, and I see that it's actually manifesting someone that's going to help you. So that could be like a business advisor. It could be a friend that just has done the same thing as you and has some information for you to help you succeed. So that's what's coming in for you. You have some good teamwork coming in. All right. 4, Selena Malone. Will Selena Malone be able to sever the cord? Yes. You're moving on. And what Spirit is saying is cut cords to the heart. We have the 3 of Swords here. So I'm seeing like emotional pain or grief. You could cut the cord, specifically to the heart. You know, like grief and pain is what I'm seeing. And you move forward over here. All right. And then, will your body butter business be financially abundant? For Selena Malone, will Selena Malone's body butter business be financially abundant? Will Selena Malone's body butter business be financially abundant? Will Selena Malone's body butter business, I love how it's falling on my heart. What Spirit is saying is this is coming from your heart, your body butter business. Truth, clarity over here. You know, yeah, I love to always check out like anyone's business, whoever is watching me. Always feel free to email me your business, always. Like I genuinely, there's a woman, she's not on here in the live right now, but I know she does like nails in Florida. I'm like, next time I go to Florida, I want like to get my nails done. That is the revolution. The revolution is Soul Tribe 144,000 supporting one another. Like that's the revolution. So Selena Malone, this is your energy, Queen of Cups. We have the 6 of Swords. We have the 3 of Wands here. I see that your ships are going to come in. The Spirit's asking you to be confident. It may even require travel, Selena. Are you traveling? You know, that could even be locally, maybe just expanding also, like expanding your knowledge. Sometimes travel, you know, 9th house Sagittarian energy could represent that. I do see that you're a visionary. And Spirit is saying to make forward moving plans and to be confident in your self-belief because success is here, okay? And what's the advice for Selena Malone? The Emperor, yeah, getting in that Emperor energy for your business. And so it is soul aligned. It kept falling on my heart space. So Selena Malone, whatever you're doing, it's coming from your heart. And what Spirit is saying is to have the structure for the business, you know? And so it's like crossing T's, dotting I's, you know, figuring out the logistics. You're laying the foundation, and it's going to be a strong foundation because it is heart and soul aligned. All right, next we have 6 Marie Marte over here. All right, and then after that, we should be done with the $10 readings for water signs, but if anyone would like one, feel free to cash out goddessenergy444. Let's go see the comments. I try. I want to go to Jamaica. Oh, do not send me to Jamaica. I will be Jocelyn, not Jocelyn Rose. You will just be getting Jocelyn. Jamaica is also Taino. So similar to like all the other Caribbean islands, the Arawakan Taino Indians lived on Jamaica before like the slave trade, you know, Christopher Columbus came and did what he did to the Caribbean islands. I would go to Jamaica. I'm sorry that happened to you. That's okay. Maybe you could hop to PR, yeah. Yeah. Well, I will say, you know, like, and that's everything. AI, the internet, it can be archonic, right? But at the same time, it's a tool to use, right? Because it's like as a light worker, some of our businesses are truly meant to be out there. You know, there are people that will be like in a cave. You know, I'm not saying like a cave in a bad way, but you know, it's like the little hole in the wall where like people find you. Some people are meant to be out in the public, but you also don't have to be in fear. I think it takes a lot of boundaries as well. You know, I try to use as least technology as possible. In Vedic astrology, my midheaven's actually Gemini. So my midheaven is like, and I'm really good with technology. My midheaven in tropical astrology is Cancer. And then my midheaven in Vedic astrology is Gemini. You know, so career, midheaven, things like that. Thank you. Ooh, Misty, you're making some body butter too? Yeah, we gotta share all these businesses. I've been wanting to, like, even like all of the art it is that absolutely everybody has like created on my wall. I've been wanting to create a page on my website, which I probably will, of our soul tribe businesses. You know, again, it's like these days, what's the revolution? Is that we stop going to the grocery store, we support our friends' farms. We stop going to, like, I don't know, Ulta. We start supporting, and I'm like Ulta Beauty, you know, I don't know, Walmart, whatever. We start supporting our soul tribe's body butters. They're maybe like organic makeup. I know a soul sister that has organic makeup from the waste of farms. Like, amazing technology, you know, and quality too. And so I think that's the revolution, you know, as we start to, you know, just become really, and I don't want to say like community based, you know, maybe that's the word, I'm not sure if it is, or we start supporting one another, you know, and creating our own little communities, our hubs, whatever it may be. Where is 6 Marie Marte? Yes, it is from the heart, Selena. I love that. Yes, feel free to email me. Let's go home 7777. So it's 4 7s at gmail.com. You can also find it in the description box of all of my readings. Hi, R. How are you? Yes, good for Selena. I love that we're all celebrating one another in the comments. Are you a witch? I'm actually how do I word this? For me, witch always felt young, where I have a remembrance of before the term witch existed, where witch, you know, turned into more of a derogatory term. But yeah, that's like how I can best describe it, is I actually never felt like a witch, where to me, witch felt as if it was like, I always felt older than the term witch, basically. Very primordial, like cosmic order, imbalance kind of thing, you know. Witch always felt like a younger term, which it is younger. You know, the term witch didn't always exist, if that makes sense. I need a potion to grow my hair back. You can use castor oil. Castor oil is awesome for growing back your hair. I would also, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. This is entertainment purposes only. Castor oil, put in like a drop, or you know, a few drops of rosemary. I will say, like, go on Google. Google probably has some like really good information for you, but like peppermint is good, rosemary, castor oil, things like that. Yes, feel free to email me your businesses. 6 Marie, there you go. Little Red Riding Hood, I said that earlier. What are Ramsey Nagar's hidden intentions, intuition screaming at me? He's the father of my kids, not together, but something isn't right. Carrot oil too, yes, there's so many different ways. Yes, Soul Tribe, feel free to put it in the comments below, all of you medicine men and women, you sages and high priests and priestesses. For 6 Marie Marte, I'm trying to slide in your DMs. Not for you, 6 Marie Marte, I was reading a message. What do we got for 6 Marie Marte on Ramsey Nagar's hidden intentions? For 6 Marie Marte, what are Ramsey Nagar's hidden intentions? For 6 Marie Marte, what is Ramsey Nagar's hidden intentions? Now, confirmation that it is, you know, like you said, that as the father of your kids, we have 10 of Cups here. For 6 Marie Marte, what is the father of her children's hidden intentions? What is the father of her children's hidden intentions? What I see is gathering other people when it comes to you. You know, and that could be friendship, it could be family. We have 3 of Cups here, and then the 2 of Swords. Spirit's saying, like, to hold your sword up. Why 3 of Cups and the 2 of Swords for 6 Marie Marte and the father of her children? Why 3 of Cups and the 2 of Swords? Ooh, the Devil card. Yeah, they may be they have like entities, you know, like especially when people are like drinking a lot, smoking a lot, you know, into a lot of like the lower chakra stuff, into like a lot of casual, you know what, things like that. You know, not to say that those things are bad. None of those things are bad. A balance, you know. I'm someone who's like completely sober. I don't do any of that stuff, but it's also not bad. I think anything we also reject, we give power to. You know, where it's important to have balance. However, though, you know, it's like people who overindulge. That's the word. Like greed. I'm feeling that energy from them. They are getting kind of other people. It's not going to touch you. This person though is completely run from like the like ego, where there is someone who's not awakened, a non-playing character. Ooh, Tower card. Spirit saying have patience. The situation is going to work itself out. We have the Tower card and the Eight of Coins. It's going to work itself out. Keep up your prayer. Keep up your cleansing. Six of Cups, children. So here we go with the children. Why Six of Cups for Six Marie Marte? It's going to work out. We have the card Father. We have Three of Wands over here. It's going to work out. Have patience. 11111, as I say that, touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. Okay, but also like do the children no harm. What I am seeing here is it's going to work out for you, but there's someone, you know, who just they may even have like an entity. Okay, you know, where. Let's see what we have here. Why the Ten of Wands for Six Marie Marte? Why the Knight of Swords for Six Marie Marte? Why the Ten of Cups? You're going to have justice, but do whatever you can on your end, is what this reading is saying. Queen of Pentacles here, so whatever way you can protect yourself spiritually, but also even material-wise. Why Two of Wands with the Ten of Cups for Six Marie? Yeah, just being mindful. You know, like say for example, if you have to go for custody kind of thing, doing that, High Priestess, okay? So just like having your High Priestess, you know, card energy, doing what you can. But I do see it's going to be a balance of, yes, you know, protecting yourself spiritually, but also there's something in the future that you can prevent with the Two of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. We have big change, Justice card over here. You know, so in whatever ways that you can get support and help, whatever resources you can find, Spirit's also saying to do that. You know, this is someone who may never change, is what the reading is saying. All right. Would anyone else like a $10? We're doing $10 mini readings. goddessenergy444. If not, I'm going to be back tomorrow with a Pisces reading, and we're also going to finish up air signs. Today we did earth signs and water signs. We'll be doing air signs and fire signs tomorrow. You're welcome, Goddess. Hello, Angel Wings. Yeah, it feels like a very patriarchal like entity that operates through him. Oh, yes. You know, especially when it comes to like a co-parenting situation that's not easy. When you get your children back, you know, you could do spiritual baths, you know, so like put in Florida water or holy water. Now, Florida water, you know, depending on how old your kid is and their skin, maybe be mindful of that. Holy water is pretty gentle. You know, you could also even get coconut oil in the water and you could bless the water. So like I shared earlier that I pray over my bath water before I go into the bath every day. I also pray over my child's bath every single day. Now he still likes the sit down bath. So when the water's filling up, I draw the, like I shared earlier, I draw the Ankh 4 times in the bath water for my son. And I pray for peace, balance, and harmony. There's also a Kemetic chant, Ankh Ujab Seneb. Ankh Ujab Seneb. And I do that over his bath every day, you know, just to help bring peace, balance, and calmness to his life and harmony. 2 margaritas. It is Taco Tuesday. I haven't had a Taco Tuesday in a while. I don't drink. It's not that I don't like hate alcohol or, again, I'm someone who I don't reject anything. I think if you reject anything, if you have a strong enough belief about anything, you give it power over you. But I don't really drink. I haven't drank in a long time. Maybe like once or twice a year. A margarita sounds nice though. I'm really good at making those. Taco Tuesday. Have some fun on the Taco Tuesday. Take a sip for me. All right, we're going to get some closing messages for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and then we'll be back tomorrow. Remember that on Saturday we have the Venusian Temple, so feel free to go join us. It's going to be in October. You can go to 144bluerosetemple.com to join. We do also have the Puerto Rico retreat, returning home to the heart. Now, you know, the sacred lands of Borinquen, which is Puerto Rico, on the crystal grid system. So as far as our New Earth Ascension grid system, it's the balance point. It is equal in both masculine and feminine energy. We're going to be all gathering next year, 2026, for the 1111 portal. All right, so you do have a whole entire year to prepare for the retreat. And if you have any questions, go to the website, or you can email me if you have any questions or inquiries of how to join. I speak truth, balance, peace, and prosperity for all. Ashe. I love it. All right, let's see what this is. We have Think Twice over here. What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? So remember, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, this collective reading was about you are a dreamer. You might look at that. Count your blessings. Wealth surrounds you. You're a dreamer, but you're not a dreamer that dreams. You get things done. And it's actually a warning, like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, of know who you are and your worth. You have a lot to offer, and allow people to match your energy. Allow people to be aligned with you. What I see is like being almost too nice, where people keep costing you. And I mean like costing you, like money and things like that. And so there's a way to prevent it. You know, what Spirit is saying is know your worth, know your value. You know, and again, you do not just dream. We're not just sitting around talking about things. You get things done. All right, so I see you in alignment, though, with other bosses in the future, okay? You are attracting some big boss energy because you are a big boss. Okay, now what do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? We have control your emotions over here, and then think twice. All right, the real strategy will reveal itself. Take a deep breath, remain calm. When things seem so obvious, there may be more to the surface than it appears. Do not underestimate the situation. And that's what I'm seeing, where again, it's like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, in the reading, you kept getting into situations that would cost you. Think twice over here. And explore more deeply before taking action. So when it comes to people that you are collaborating and partnering with, they must, and you have to appreciate yourself. You know, it's like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, this reading is saying you actually are a bigger boss than you realize. And you do have big boss energy. Be mindful and think twice when you're connecting with someone, when you're collaborating with someone, when you're partnering with someone, because it can cost you. You may have to approach it differently. Okay, so being mindful, you may have to approach a situation differently. What do we have over here for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio for closing messages of this collective reading? Hathor, Soul Family. What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? And we have believe in yourself, okay? Now I do see you aligning with Soul Family. It did show in the future that you are aligning with some big boss energy. You got victory all over this reading, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. All right, you are destined for victory. You have such a victorious energy. And it's saying believe in yourself, appreciate yourself. All right, Kalima, spiritual transformation over here. You have greater ideas than you realize. You are actually a bigger boss than you realize. You have potential, but you just don't have potential in the dreaminess. You will, if someone hands you a cake, you're going to make that cake and you're going to get it done if a cake is handed to you. So just be very mindful of who and what you connect with, because I just see multiple situations of it costing you, you know, and like from an energy of being almost too nice. Thank you, Brent, for being here, truly. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. What do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? You are sensitive to energy as well. All right, we have changing consciousness, extra sensory perception. What I'm also seeing is like your ability to scan and read the room. You know, where yes, you're a water sign, but for some of you, you have fire or earth in your chart as well, where you just know what's going to happen. And it's not coming from a place of control. It's like, no, don't do that, because then this is going to happen. And then it happens. You know, what do we have for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio to close out this collective reading? Love. It's from love. Jarma Kalima. Safety. It says safety on the bottom of the deck. And we have Kalima over here, where Kalima loves you, but beyond the ego. You know, where someone, like say you tell someone, I don't want you running that part of it. Okay, and even like the way I said it, you know, where it's like, someone may take that of just like, what? What do you mean? It's from a place of love and respect, where like truly you are a really good leader, water signs, but just being mindful, like knowing your worth and value. I see that you've been in multiple rooms, multiple situations of people that do not see your worth and your value and your potential. You know, you are someone who can really get things done. You truly have the eye to see far out, to see what's going to happen. And if you give any advice or even constructive criticism, it's coming from a place of love, humility, and respect, okay? So that's what I have for you. I hope that it resonates with everyone. I'm sending you all so much love, all right? And I will see you tomorrow for Pisces readings. Patreon members, go check it out. We have some videos that are uploaded and a astrology update for the rest of the week. All right, but I'm sending you all so much love and infinite blessings to your day.